Alright, YouTube people wanted me to warn them in advance when I was going to be streaming, and even though I've already mentioned, yes, I'll be streaming after each one of the debates, just letting people know, after the vice presidential debate tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, going till about 10:30, a little bit less or more, maybe. Within 10 to 15 minutes, I'll be streaming. For the first 10 to 15 minutes of the stream, I will not be paying attention to comments. I will be analyzing, I'll be ranting. I won't even have the comments visible because I won't be focusing on them. I will use video because apparently my connection can handle it. It couldn't in the past. I don't know exactly how that happened. I didn't change anything on my end. But yeah, I'll be doing some analysis. As far as my expectations go, I expect that Mike Pence will prevail. Tim Kaine is a chucklehead gaffmeister like Joe Biden. It's sort of an inverted look at like Trump versus Clinton. Trump tends to be a little more off the cuff and incoherent. He can hit the big hits, but he also can miss quite frequently. Clinton's more measured. I think with Pence and Kaine, it's actually the opposite. Pence, though, will need to go on the attack. Tim Kaine, by the way, will have to do the same. And they'll have to attack not only the main candidates, but also one another in order to make any points here. Vice presidential debates tend to be a little bit more low-key, a little bit less formal, a little bit more calm than the main candidacies, perhaps because they have less invested in it. They're not running for the presidency. They're just the running mate who might get jerry-rigged in as vice president. But yeah, I expect Pence to do well, even though I don't like the dude. I don't like Pence. He's just a fucking neocon as far as I'm concerned. I don't care about Mike Pence. I also don't care about Tim Kaine. He'd be basically the second Joe Biden. He's just a goofy, grinning dude who cracks jokes and makes a lot of mistakes. That's all he does. So yeah, I'll be supplying the banter, you supply the snacks. I strongly encourage my subscribers never to take part in a debate drinking game because they'll probably get alcohol poisoning. Do a reverse drinking game. Now, drink every time Hillary Clinton tells the truth. You'll be stone cold sober and you'll be able to fumble your way through to open my stream, which may be more entertaining to some people, honestly, than the debate. If it's as boring as it could be. If it's like Biden versus... I can't even remember, Paul Ryan. I almost forgot who fucking Romney chose as a running mate. That one was so boring. If it's that boring, then people will probably tune it out. Maybe I'll start the live stream early, and I'll just tell people, I couldn't stand any more of it. It was just too fucking boring. Or they agreed too much because it's a neocon and a neoliberal or something like that. The only saving grace for Mike Pence is that the candidate he's flying under the banner of happens to be the better candidate of the two. Other than that, if Mike Pence were the one running for the presidency, I'd say screw this shit and vote for Vermin Supreme. I never would vote for him. It still troubles me that he's going to be in a VP slot. What if Trump has a heart attack? It is something that I have to keep in mind. I'm going to vote for the dude, but at the same time, I'm no fan of Pence. I'm no fan of any neocon. He's just like fucking McCain or Romney or any of these other retards. So yeah, I will be doing a live stream. Again, I'll keep it shorter this time. It might be about an hour, hour and 10 minutes, not an hour and a half. I'll probably have a similar length for the second presidential debate, which is only in a few days, let's face it. And then I'll do a much longer live stream after the third debate. And then I probably won't live stream again in connection with politics until the night of actual voting. I'll go cast my vote, do my civic duty, I'll come back, and I'll immediately start streaming. And I will also browbeat you if you haven't voted. I don't care who you're voting for, but if you haven't cast a ballot, unless you're like Amish, like strictly apolitical, I'll browbeat you into going to vote. I'll tell you to get the fuck off the stream until you do. I'll call you out publicly in front of thousands of people, so please do vote. If you're not registered, go register to vote. It takes like 5 friggin' minutes. I mean, Jesus Christ. Vote for Harambe. Vote for me. Vote for somebody. It doesn't even matter who you vote for. If you don't like the candidates, vote for anyone. Vote for your pet rock. Vote for your cat or something like that. Vote for, again, Vermin Supreme. Compared to Hillary, he's a perfectly viable candidate. Pony for everyone probably cost less than some of the programs that they've decided. Mandatory toothbrushing. I think we can all get behind that. Sounds pretty good to me. I'm tempted tell you that much. And it is stylish to wear a boot on your head, I suppose. Sometimes people take it a little far. I saw one picture, like a Finnish, like, sadomasochist with the boot fully, like, pulled over their head and neck, like asphyxiation roleplay or something. I don't know what that's all about. I'm going to try to ignore it when I see it. But yes, I will be streaming tonight and after the other presidential debates as well, and on the night of the general election. I'll probably end up conducting several streams on the day thereafter. The fallout and media spin, regardless of who wins and what the results are. I'm going to have to analyze how did third parties do, who won, ultimately by what margin, how does it compare to a year of polling and so forth, how the states broke down. It's going to take me hours. I'll be probably streaming for 5-6 hours the day after the general election. So if you're into that, if you want to waste 4 or 5 hours with me ranting the whole time, yeah, I'll be there for the first time. Of course, last election, it was harder to do all of this stuff. I don't even know if most YouTubers could live stream in 2012. I can't remember. I think it started in like 2013 that was a function available for everyone. I think before that, wasn't it just partners or something like that? I can't even remember. I don't think I was a partner at that point. I think it was early 2014 that I got that. So anyway, yeah, I'll be analyzing the vice presidential debate tonight. But no streaming during the debate because I got to pay attention to it. And I'm going to take notes on a note. I almost never do this. Almost all of the time, 99% of my videos, like this one, I don't have notes. I don't have anything open. I'm just talking at a camera, honestly. I pretend that there are a bunch of people watching me live, and then I'm trying to convince them of a point, or that I'm trying to educate them or something. That's what I do. It's how I do it. It's not actually that hard. But for something like that, where you've got an hour and a half of political material, much of it new, potentially, where some real zingers might be unleashed, yeah, I'm going to write a few things down. It won't be as impressive as the first presidential debate. I had like 2 pages of notes for that one, honestly. For this one, a few paragraphs of actual content will suffice. Maybe the top 4 or 5 moments of the debate, I'll just list them, and then I'll basically say, I think X1 or Y1. I expect that it'll be Pence carrying it away. Again, though, outside of the Rust Belt, I don't think it really changes the race. Unless one of them absolutely clobbers the other over the head with such a sheer wall of pure hatred that it completely destroys them and leaves them nothing more than a crying wreck or something like that. Does the average person even necessarily know who the vice presidential running mates are? Most people don't. Apparently, it's about half the population doesn't even know who they are. They don't know who Trump chose. They don't know who Clinton chose. There are probably people who don't know it's Trump v. Clinton. Probably think Obama's the Democratic candidate or Romney's the Republican candidate or something. There are people like that. There are people who don't know who our president is. It's actually rather sad. This is like total elementary school level. This is like kindergarten stuff. I don't understand how somebody can be that disinterested in the civic process. Even if they're a total cynic and they just hate all politics, wouldn't they at least know enough about it to know why they hate it? I would like to think so. So yes, I will be streaming tonight. I will not pay attention to chat for the first 15 to 20 minutes. That's about all. Peace out.